Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Bella and I just want to talk about some things, I guess. I don't even know what I want to talk about. I mean, other than, like, this is a channel where I made, or a channel that I made to talk about the, trans stuff and, like, that whole thing. And, you know what's weird is, like, I still have, like, shame around it, around like even talking about it, even in the designated space, even in the space that I created to be able to talk about it and like just explore the topic and get my thoughts out about it. And that's really odd to me, the fact that I still have shame around that. But I guess I'm trying to work through it in a way, just like by talking right now. I don't know if this video is going to get picked up in the algorithm at all, and if it does, and if you're someone who's watching this who saw it in the recommendations, welcome. Welcome to my channel. I have not made a video in like 8 months, or like 9 months probably now. A few months before I made my last video, a few months before it is when I really started questioning the trans stuff, or like, I don't know, probably like 3.5 months before it is when I started like genuinely questioning things and, like trying to figure out what I thought I was feeling. And I mean, obviously the fact that I'm talking like this right now to you shows that it's not just something I thought I was feeling, it's something I'm still feeling. I'm getting attacked right now in the game. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what they're up to back there. They're mad at me for something. Oh no, don't kill me and put me out of my misery of this terrible life. Please stop shooting. Hold on. Let me handle this. I'm being hunted by fucking cyber psychos and I don't even know what I did to deserve it. I'm being targeted. It's a hate crime. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. No, I genuinely don't know what the fuck's going on and why I keep getting like chased down. This is the second time I've been killed by them. They keep hunting me down and then I make the brilliant decision to try to fight them. But welcome to my channel if you're new. My only other video is one that I made, like I said, like 9 months ago. It was just a how to do a girl voice tutorial, because if you don't know, I'm a trans woman, I suppose, I guess. I don't, not I guess. I know damn well, like it's purely like me sounding like I'm not sure about it isn't what it sounds like. It's like it's not that I'm not sure, it's that I haven't like broken down that wall to where I'm comfortable like talking about it and like admitting it, I guess. It's like inside I know I've accepted it, and I know that I feel amazing in like ways that I've never felt before. And it's like, I don't know, I mean, this is really a ramble. I know I keep going from tangent to tangent and never like finishing a thought, but I hope maybe if someone's watching this, they can. What the fuck was that? Oh, that's crazy. Did they just turn me around? I'm not allowed to leave? What? Nothing out there for me, so I'm not actually in the full game yet. That's crazy. That's absurd. That's actually crazy. I can't take the roads out of town. Why not? That's literally the route that I'm supposed to take. That's crazy. I didn't realize I wasn't actually in the open world yet. But yeah, let me finish the first thought. What I was saying about like my only other video on this channel is like 9 months ago, and I only started like genuinely like really, or I guess like questioning specifically that question of, am I trans? Like, is there a gender issue going on? Is there something wrong? Is there like what, why have I felt so damn odd for so long? And like I can chalk it up to, the autism diagnosis, I can chalk it up to whatever, and it never fixes itself. Like it never goes away. There's always this like discomfort that I'm feeling, this lack of comfort, this lack of feeling at home in my body, in my existence, in my life, in my identity. It's just like something's off. It's not right. Like it's not. I don't know. I mean, I do know. But basically I started questioning quite a bit, like right before or just a couple months before my video of the girl voice thing, because I could already do a decent girl voice, just from like watching trolling videos and stuff. I could already do a decent one before, you know, fully realizing I was trans and stuff. And I don't know for sure if like my voice right now is even passing. I'm not really a perfect judge of it. And I don't even know if it's really like at its best right this minute. I'm, you know, like probably somewhat dehydrated and everything. But yeah, so I started questioning and I was like, well, you know, at that moment, I guess I was like really feeling into it. And I was like, well, fuck it. Let me make a YouTube channel. Let me like throw up a video. Let me do a little something to, you know, dip my toes in the water, I guess. And so I made that video of the girl voice tutorial, and that was 9 months ago, and I haven't made a video since because I have kind of gone back and forth, or I was for a long while. I also went through a big breakup. I don't know, like from the last like the fourth, I almost said the fourth half, Jesus, the fourth quarter of 2023 all the way to like probably the third quarter of this year, 2024. There was just a lot of going back and forth. I got two big ass buff guys. I wonder who would win in a fight. I like Jackie. Jackie's cool. I'd be rooting for Jackie. But like, I don't know. My mental health was like not the best. It was kind of, I think that just caused a lot of turmoil in my mind and made it harder to, you know, like figure this stuff out. And so I haven't made a video in forever. And I don't know, I went back and forth and I was just like, maybe I'm not trans, like I'm not into that whole thing. I don't know, I feel like I was just like not really, I wasn't like taking it at my speed. I was like rushing in to like stuff and like trying to make friends. I think I just spent like the months since my last video kind of like I would like dive into it and like kind of like make friends online and stuff and like try to like get more into like be like consuming content about it, and then I would just like I would go too fast and I would be like overthinking about, you know, like what different things like mean to me or how they show, and just not having like a really good grasp on dysphoria and repression and like understanding it all and figuring out how it applies to me and all of that. And I don't know, basically I think I was stumbling in the right direction, but emphasis on stumbling. Like I wasn't like slowly walking and watching my step, and so that kind of like led me to like going in the direction and then pulling back and like thinking like no, like screw all that, like but I would pull back and it would never feel right, and the question in the back of my mind, that little voice of the little voice asking like oh, like is there like am I trans, like what is this, what's happening, what's going on, why do I have this question, why do I feel this shame? And that was another thing that was like even more recent in the more recent months, was unpacking like a lot of self-consciousness and shame around different little like I guess softer, more feminine things, and you know, just figuring them out, like figuring out like why I had so much self-consciousness and shame, and why it was like it just seemed like it was more than the average person experiences, or like more than like for a while I was just like, oh, it's probably the awkwardness from the autism, and but I couldn't keep writing it off that way because I've met plenty of other autistic people like online and even in person, and I have never ever in my entire life met a single one with as much like shame and self-consciousness around like their identity or like their interests and stuff. And I was just like, surely something's wrong, like it can't just be autism, because I try to work through the self-consciousness and I try to like, I can consciously tell myself that like this is fine or that's fine. It's like, don't worry about what people think, you know, you're not in school anymore, you're in your 20s, like forget about it, just be this guy, like work on your, like try to work on your body, try to lose weight, and it would just never ever like fix the issue. And
back at the scaffold.
I don't know, so I just kept like kind of diving into or like exploring the trans thing online and stuff, and I guess like making my first video on this channel, the girl voice thing, and making this channel and presenting this way was exploring it a little bit. But I guess like it was weird. Like I just kept like going in and then pulling back and trying to figure it out. One thing that made it harder for me to like figure out is the fact that I'm not really into guys like at all, really. I mean, they're cool, you know. It's not, I don't know, it's a very like neutral thing. It's not like do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like when a straight guy is like, oh, I could never be into a man. I don't know, you can just tell they're like overcompensating, or they're like trying, they're like overcompensating for the fact that they like, maybe they see it as like, if they were into a man, like they see it as like a sign of weakness or something to be ashamed of. Like it was never like that for me, really, especially in like my later teens and early 20s so far. Like, I mean, guys are fine, but they're not, I don't know, like I almost wish I was more into them, because I feel like it would have like helped me explore the gender stuff and the potential like more like to see if I kind of had more of a place for some kind of femininity in my personality, and seeing if like femininity made sense to me, or trying to like incorporate more femininity and figuring out if femininity and me have anything to do with each other, or if we should, you know what I mean? But I've never really been into guys like at all. I mean, they're fine, you know. I don't know, I keep saying the same thing over and over, but they're cool, like. But like women are just, I love women. I love women. Let me not like, basically I'm not gonna like ramble about how much I'm attracted to women, but I'm very attracted to women. So I don't know, I feel like that made it like harder to like break the ice, I guess, and explore the possibility of being queer in some way, because it was just like, it was very easy to write it off. It's just like, oh, you're just a straight autistic guy. It's like, you know, but basically that's why I'm making this video. That's why it took me so long to make another video on this channel, but that's why I am back and I'm making this video. One thing that's helped confirm it is realizing this, and like realizing that I'm trans and trying to, you know, work towards a body that I'm actually comfortable with. It's been the only thing that's given me the strength to stay like disciplined in a like consistent weight loss journey. And I've tried for years. I've been overweight. I'm not very tall. I say 5'8", and I mean I might be 5'8". I know like technically your spine like shifts a little bit, like I think you can shift like a 3/4 or like an inch throughout the day, like, and I think I don't know, do some research, don't take my word for it, but I've heard that like when you first wake up you're at your tallest, and you can technically like your spine can kind of shift around like the fluid. I don't know how it all works, I'm not a scientist, but I could be 5'8", but I'm probably closer to 5'7 3/4, maybe even 5'7.5". I don't know. But yeah, that's my height, and I've been over 215 pounds since I was like 13, and you know, the majority of the last like 9 years or so, 'cause I'm 22 now, almost 23 in 4 months or so. But like a year ago in, you know, January, I guess, like 11 months ago, I was, I think, like 265 or so, or maybe like 260, 258, something like that. And I have wanted to lose weight over the years. I've very, very much wanted to, but I've never been able to find the strength to, and find like the willpower to actually make that change. And it's another thing that made it hard for me to realize that I was trans is I don't want this to come across as a brag, because it's not really, I mean, it's not like something I did, it's not an accomplishment, but I have decent like, I guess, muscle building genetics. Like I've never really, like throughout my teens and everything and 20s, like I've never had to work at all to have like a pretty strong physique. But I was also like overweight, like also had body fat and muscle. So in like in the last like 11 months or so since I started, or like really like 8 months or so since I made that video kind of, or a little bit after it. But yeah, I went back and forth a lot for the last like 9 months on the trans thing and trying to like figure it out. And so during parts of that, like I still tried to stay on top of the weight loss stuff. It was a little difficult, but you know, every month or so I would kind of like, you know, be wishy-washy or kind of like go back and think like, fuck, like why is this question not going away? But I'm happy to say that I am, you know, I was 273 at my heaviest, which was like 2 years ago, and I was like 265 like a year and a half ago, and even like 260 like a year, or like 11, I guess 11 months, like 10 and a half months, I was like 260. And today actually I am at my lowest. I'm lower than I was when I was 13. I am 213.2, and you know, I don't know, it's crazy. I you know, I'm seeing my body change. I'm seeing it like slim down, and it's an amazing thing. It is like, I've part of that, like early on in the weight loss journey, I was like lifting weights and stuff when I was like kind of going back and forth and trying to figure out, like, do I feel masculine or feminine, or what am I like feeling, like who am I, like what feels right to me? And I started losing body fat, my muscles started getting more defined, I started looking even more buff than I already did, and I felt good, like in a superficial way, I guess. I like knowing that I look stronger and more capable and like tougher and less like less able to be judged by other people. Like I like knowing, like I could sit there and consciously, like I was aware of the fact that I looked like better. I looked like, in other people's opinions, I know that I'm closer to what the ideal for what I should be is for other people, because they see me as a guy. And so like in a superficial way, I did have like a confidence boost as I, you know, looked buffer and got more buff and lost more weight. But this like feeling in the back of my mind was just not going away. I don't know, the muscle like building, like the fact that I'm decent at building muscle and stuff has also like made it harder to, I think it made it more of a wishy-washy thing, going back and forth trying to figure it out. Because it's like if I was a guy and I was comfortable living life as a guy, being treated as a guy, being seen as a man, gross. I'm not saying men are gross. I mean, some are, but some of everybody is gross. I don't want anyone to feel like alienated or judged based on an attribute that they have that's out of their control. Everyone's welcome here on my channel if you're a cool person. But I was just saying gross in the context of me being a man, not of men in general. But it made it harder to accept the trans thing, because it's like, if I was a guy, I've basically been dealt a pretty solid card, or deck, or hand of cards. I've been dealt a decent hand of cards as far as like, you know, wanting to be a good looking guy, wanting to be a muscular guy, like being the stereotype of like a really good looking man. I've been dealt a decent card, or hand of cards, if that was my goal. And so it's just, it kind of like really, it was hard to like get over, or it was hard to like figure that out, because it was like, fuck, I'm throwing away something really good, or I'm throwing away something valuable, I should say, not necessarily good for me or good for my like mental health, and not really aligned with my identity, or you know, how I'm comfortable on the inside, like being. I don't feel like I'm like a muscular masculine man. That's a lot of M's. I don't feel like a muscular masculine man, and that's on alliteration, bitch. But I don't know, the juxtaposition between my personality, which has always just been softer, and between that and my body, which is like masculine and buff and everything, and like it was difficult to like figure that out. But really, like the more I accept, and well, since I fully accepted this trans thing in the recent months, you know, staying diligent and like disciplined in this weight loss thing, like since really like fully accepting it and kind of getting in a healthier headspace and wrapping my mind around like repression and what all that stuff means and how it shows in my life and how it has showed, and just like understanding myself better. It's made it easier and easier as time has gone on, to stay losing weight and, you know, making changes and like taking just better care of like any part of my life. It's just like, I don't know, I'm just like a lot happier. I just feel it's been weird. It's like even like when I look in the mirror, you know, like if you have a friend and you like see them a certain way, or like if you have a friend who's a guy and you see him as a guy, or a friend who's a girl, and then that friend comes out as trans and says they want to go by he him, and you like your mind still defaults to seeing them the way you've always seen them, even if you're good at respecting the pronouns. It's like your brain still defaults. It still wants to, kinda. I don't know if anyone else struggles with that, but like I kind of like had that issue with myself. I guess like just seeing, it was like not identifying with the thing in the mirror, like kind of dissociating from it, but seeing the thing in the mirror as a man. You know, it's like that's not me, but whatever that is, that's a man, and it's gross, and I don't like it. It was like that kind of feeling. It was like a very like not subliminal, I guess, I don't know, subconscious like feeling, just looking in the mirror. Like you just kind of see yourself as that thing, and you just know something's wrong, but like you're still that thing, you know. That's what you've always thought of yourself as, you know. I mean, I guess you're some kind of man, you know. But now, like, even before I had like I've had any major changes in like feminizing and stuff. My point, basically, I'm trying to say, it wasn't physical changes that have changed my perception of myself in the mirror. It's like when I look now, it's like I do see a woman. It's like, yeah, she does look kind of masculine. She's trying her best to you know, slowly minimize those traits and, you know, look more feminine and everything. But, you know, like, I mean, forever I saw it as a man, and now very recently I've like, it's like my brain, my perception of myself, now that I've accepted that like that's not a man, like she doesn't feel like one, she's never felt like one, it's always felt performative and weird and like not right, not just not her, you know. It's never felt right. And so like I've actually, you know, like when I look in the mirror, I see a woman. It's like, even though it's not about like the physicality, it's just that I look at that person and I know that I know who she is, if that makes sense. And it's just been weird, like dissociating when I look in the mirror without even knowing that I was dissociating, and just knowing that something felt weird. And on the other side of that, it's like it's like I look in the mirror and I don't like what I see. I don't really identify it. Like I feel like I'm looking at someone, not at myself. It's just like, yeah, that's a human and it's alive and it's looking back at me into my eyes, but I don't know. Something's weird, something's off. Like I see a guy, I see that guy, and again, this is all like subconscious things that I was feeling. And now I look and I see a girl, I see a woman who, you know, happens to look a little bit more masculine than would be ideal right now, but I still like, I see her, you know, I see her for the first time. Or if I'm like really feeling myself and I'm able to like smile and like really, like, it's a really genuine smile, it's really nice. It's like I see her now, and I, you know, like I see me, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's like I kind of, it's like I'm not dissociating now. It's like I see, it's like even though I'm looking into the eyes of that same, like, you know, somewhat pretty masculine looking thing, especially when I have my hair up, even though I'm still looking into that same person's eyes, it's like behind the eyes I kind of still, I see her looking back at me, basically. I know who I'm looking at now. It's not like I'm just looking at a thing. it's not, there's that subliminal feeling is going away slowly but surely as I become more secure in myself. And another thing is, I've like, ever since I was like 13 or 14, when my mom stopped like trying to get me to like force me to get haircuts, whenever I actually had like, I guess like jurisdiction, if you can call it that, over my hair. Ever since it was my choice, it was like I just didn't get a haircut again. It's like it got longer, and no matter how long it got, there was never a point where I was just like, oh, maybe this is getting too long. Like maybe I'd be more comfortable with shorter hair. I never had that feeling. It was always like, oh, it's getting longer. And then like, you know, in high school, in like early high school especially, like I would be a guy with long hair, and like in the lunch line or something, like if the lunch lady, there was multiple instances at a couple different schools where something like this would happen, and it would just fill me with so much joy of I think it was like twice it was a lunch lady, like one time at one school and another time a lunch lady at a different school, but they said that like my hair was pretty. And you know, I don't know why. I mean, I didn't want to be perceived as a woman because I was insecure about, like, I was kind of like taught from a young age, like, you know, you hear people using gay as an insult, like especially in guy circles, like hearing emasculating insults, saying like, oh, like you're being a girl. It's just like, being gay, being a girl, being feminine, being anything less than a hardcore masculine man is not the thing you ever want to be perceived as. And like that was like the lesson I learned from growing up in the rural South, as, you know, what was supposed to be a straight guy, which I guess is a gay woman, I suppose. But like I would never want to be perceived as a girl, or I didn't realize that it was like something I would end up like wanting in the future. But like as a teen, I wouldn't want to be perceived that way. But for some reason, having like someone say that my hair looked really pretty was just, I don't know, it was like ecstasy. It was like everything I could ever want to hear from someone. It was like I don't know, it was like such a perfect thing to hear. There's like I wouldn't have rather heard, oh, your hair looks good, like, oh, your hair looks great. It's like, no, like someone calling it pretty. It was just like the supreme, I don't know, there was a feeling about it like nothing else. But I guess that's one sign that I really liked, being perceived in a feminine way, or being treated femininely, and having someone say like, oh my god, your hair is so pretty, like what do you, like I had one, I think it was a lunch lady or some type of like person at the school, at one of my schools that I went to, be like, oh, like your hair is so pretty, I was gonna ask what you put in it, but you're a guy, so of course it's probably just like shampoo or something, or I'm sure you don't like put like a product in it. And I was just, and she was right, like it was just shampoo, but, and my hair is like naturally like a little bit wavy, not like much, but when it's looking good, it's looking pretty solid, especially it used to. I'm trying to get it like healthier again and wear it down more. Those are some of the main signs: the long hair, the liking being treated femininely, hating being treated like,
Let's start the show.
sorry, I'm putting on chapstick. It's getting cold where I live, and I don't know, my lips are not having it. They're upset and they're being mean to me. But yeah, I've hated being treated as a man. As a kid, I never understood like, oh, like boys are supposed to do this. But you're a boy, you need to learn things, like you're gonna need to know things like this, or like whatever, blah blah blah. And it's just like, that was like, I couldn't stand it. Like as a little kid, I was just like, like I don't know, I'm not monetized, but I don't know if like my video gets suppressed if I cuss too much, so I'm trying to like watch my mouth a little bit. But like, why the F, basically? Why the frick? Why the heck do I have to, you know, take on this role? Why can't it be any other girl in the world? And you know, obviously as a kid I wasn't thinking that, like I didn't have that much clarity about it. I didn't know I was trans and all that. But now I can look back and like, you know, retroactively like kind of see it with more clarity of like the way I felt about things like that in the moment. That was basically how it was for, you know, basically any instance of like oh, like boys gotta do this, boys are supposed to be this way, boys are supposed to act this way, boys are supposed to do these things, they're supposed to play sports, they're supposed to be like rough and rambunctious and masculine and tough and not soft, not girly, not gay, not this or that. And it's just like, well, I mean, the gay thing wasn't an issue because
Looks like your noble left us a parting gift.
why is my character yelling? Basically the gay thing wasn't an issue for me, or like wasn't something that I had to like, where I wasn't into guys, and you know, and I thought I was a guy, so it was just like, well, I'm not gay, but I did have like issues or insecurities around like being, you know, softer, feminine-ish, like, or just not like very distinctly feminine, but just like, just softer, I guess. Not masculine, not having an interest in masculine things, not like being more timid, being shy, being sensitive and emotional, and like just a little like sweeter, I guess. But yeah, basically I never really aligned with the man stuff, no matter how hard I tried.
Good. Let's go.
It just never felt right. Another thing I forgot to mention, like when I was losing weight and seeing my body change and seeing it get buffer and stuff as I was like lifting weights and stuff, it was what, actually no, I think I did mention in this a little bit, but it was like I approved of the changes on a superficial level. I was like I was more confident because of them. I knew I looked more like what the ideal was, but it was just never like that feeling never changed. That the feeling of what I know now is dysphoria. Yeah, so basically I have stopped lifting weights, but I am losing weight. My arms are, you know, still masculine, still looking like really defined, as I lose weight. But, you know, I don't know. I'm feeling nice about things, and I'm looking forward to like just feeling at home, more at home in my body as time goes on, and talking to other like friends. I have one friend who's a trans woman as well, and she does like, she's pretty popular on on OF. She's I don't know, she's pretty big on there. Pause, not like that. I mean, let me change the subject. Let me just listen. She's popular. Listen, she's well known. So like, I don't know. It was just, it's, first of all, it's weird that I have like a friend like that. I didn't think I was cool enough to have a friend like that. But yeah, she's my girly. She's really cool. But she's talked to me a lot about dysphoria and repression, and like having girls kind of see you as one of the girls, and like seeing the difference in conversation. Because it's something I haven't had the wonderful experience of experiencing yet. You know, having like being out and having like IRL friends who are girls and being treated as a girl, and really feeling the feeling of being seen as one of the girls, and having women like look at you like you're safe, you know, not seeing you as this masculine thing, this like different species. It feels like, oh no, not grandpa, not me spoiling the game. I'm sorry, the game's been out for 4 years. If you don't, I'm trying to skip it all. Jesus Christ. Alright, we gotta go. We're leaving. Come on, Jackie Wells.
Security's gonna swarm the place any second. Give me a sec.
We don't have a sec.
Fuck!
Damn, that's crazy.
Boro fucking Arasaka's dead.
Saburo fucking Arasaka.
Can't even say it.
Saburo Arasaka. But yeah, she's like talked to me a lot about just like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like when you know that you're trans and you're not out yet, and another sign like looking back is like I've always like valued like women's opinions of me more, or like not even like meaning to, just like taking them, I don't know, subconsciously like valuing them more, like feeling stronger about like caring about like I don't know, the way they see me.
They're here for Saburo. They're a little late.
Caring about their approval more than men, and just wanting to be like distant from men, not really feeling I guess like, I don't know how to explain it. Fuck. I'm kind of in the middle of like an important part of the game, and like and trying to ramble. Oh my god, Jesus Christ, that's brutal. But basically,
Oh shit!
oh my god,
Close one.
maybe I should turn it down.
The relic!
I have a feeling that y'all are like,
Madres!
God, I hope that y'all have actually been able to like follow what I'm saying if you've listened to this point. Why do her fucking eyes look like that?
Got a problem.
We fucked everything up.
Cryopiece is damaged. Biochip integrity's at...
Okay.
Jackie,
86%!
86% and dropping.
Shit. Okay, listen to me. There's only one thing you can
Put it in your ass. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My sense of humor is really stupid.
be isolated. It has to be nested in a safe environment.
Ew. Yeah. Well, Jackie, you gotta put that thing in your ass. It's the only way we can save the biochip. He's praying to the Lord. He's about to do something gay. Oh, never mind. Lord, forgive me for I'm about to put this biochip in my ass.
You okay?
Please still let me into heaven. But, basically, I'm getting called by Mr. fucking Clean. Can I stand up, please? I'm begging. I'm begging you to put your loving hands out, baby. But yeah, I don't know, I'm excited for the future and just being like seen as that, as a woman, as a girl, because I've never identified with men. I've never felt like one. It's always felt odd to me. And the more feminine I become, the more comfortable I feel. That's what I've found. The more, I don't know, it's lovely. It's such a, God, it's just like, it was crazy because it's like, it took me so long to like really accept it. And that also like made me nervous because it's like, well, if you are, then why is it like so damn difficult? So many other people, they know for years, and it's like, you're just now fully questioning the specific question of, am I trans? When you're almost 22, now a year later, you're finally fully accepting it. Like that question that you were asking. And it was just like, I don't know. Basically, the message of this video was, well, first of all, just for me to ramble. Second of all, this isn't to say that if you're having any of these feelings that you absolutely are trans, but this is basically to say, take your time with it. There's no, like, special speed to approach these feelings, and, there's no perfectly right way to be anything. Like, just take it slow. Like, try to be okay with, like, slowly exploring it, because you have your whole life ahead of you to figure it all out. So don't try to, like, force anything. Just explore it. Let it be fluid. Let it be, like, let it be, I guess, like, non-intrusive on, like, your, I don't know. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. I can't really figure out how to finish the sentence I started, but yeah, just, I don't know, I heard a lot of other trans women being like, if you're having these feelings, you probably are trans. And like, in my head, I was like pushing back on it and being like, well, what if I'm not? You don't know. I heard a lot of YouTubers like Ashley from the Icky channel, a lot of other trans women and stuff being like, hey, if you're having these questions and you're like really, you can't get rid of them, that feeling, that little thought in the back of your head, the little question mark, that little voice, if you're having these feelings and thoughts this much, there's a damn good chance, you know, you might just be a girl. And you know, without like really meaning to, I tried to push back on that, and it was just like, I've accepted it now. She was right. But I have learned to like not force it. Like, don't feel like I have to do it at a certain speed. I have to figure this out at a certain speed. Just take it slow and know that you got your whole life to figure this out, and you don't have to have any like particular perfect answer. Just do what feels right, and don't think that you have to be anything for anyone else, or you have to be any like perfect man or woman or anything in between, or just like, this is you figuring out you. So don't like, just take it slow, take it at your own speed, and know that like everything's gonna be okay. I very much had loads of pushback from my own mind, like making me doubt myself and everything for a whole year. of like, and it was just terrible. Like, it was really, like, I don't want anyone feeling this and being like, well, I keep feeling it, but then I also keep doubting it, and I go back and forth, and I can't, surely this amount of doubting means I'm definitely not, right? And like, listen to me. I had a ridiculous amount of like going back and forth. Like it really did, like sometimes things are deep rooted and it takes a lot of effort. And again, this doesn't mean you're absolutely trans. This doesn't mean that you are trans. I'm just trying to like let you know how it was for me, so that you know that like things you might be feeling can be completely aligned. Like, things you're feeling don't necessarily mean any particular answer, and I want you to feel, I don't want the presence of you like doubting yourself, and or the presence of you going back and forth and not being able to like really figure it out and fully accept it. I don't want that to make you feel like that's a definite answer and that you need to have a definite answer of yes or no, because you don't. Like, take it slow. Like, just breathe and like think back to like your whole life and like things that you might feel shame about, and different, just like imagine the most like gorgeous, perfect person that you could be, and whatever gender that person is, and how they look. Like, if they're like a larger person or a smaller person, or if they're like more dainty, or if they're like big and strong and masculine, and that you could have them be born any way you can imagine, like whoever that person is. Like, is it a cis girl, a cis man, like anything in between. Think of someone you could be born as, to where you would never ever feel a reason to change any part of that person, and then like examine that person and think about who they are. And of course, it's not a definite answer, like, oh, if you're AMAB, if you're assigned male at birth, and that person you're imagining that you would feel comfortable as, and you would never ever have a reason to change, if that person that you're imagining and fantasizing about is a woman, again, that doesn't absolutely mean that you're trans, but if there's any good sign that, you know, like, baby girl, you might be, you know, it's, things are looking a certain way. I don't know. I think that's a decent sign of it. It was for me. But again, take it all at your own pace. Don't feel like you have to do anything at a certain speed or a certain right way, or you have to be any particular way to be valid. It is all you. It is all you figuring out you. It's not about anyone else. It's just about figuring out you. So, I hope me rambling was able to provide some value to you in some way. I need to drink something. My voice is kind of like, I feel like it's dropping down a little bit. I'm not trying like super hard, and I'm gonna try to not try super hard to be passing all the time in these videos. You know, if the voice drops down a little bit and I happen to sound more like a trans woman than a cis woman, or what stereotypically would sound like a, if I happen to sound like I have balls, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I'm just gonna be blunt about it. Fuck it. I'm sorry, that's gross. I don't really make jokes like that. Basically, if my voice like drops down a little bit lower, like, I'm trying to like not worry about it, and, you know, just be me on this channel, and just like let it, you know, let life, if that makes sense. You know, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you girls so much for watching. Yeah, thank you. I hope that you were able to get some, I hope I was able to provide you some value, and I do want to make more commentary about things, you know, also not live commentary, because I've been playing the entire time I've been talking, and that makes it harder to like get my train of thought, and there's also background noise, and there's shit going on in the game, and I'm sure that it's like it's a little crazy trying to, I don't know, I'm sure I could do this in a better format, which I will. I'll just do like voiceover commentary. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely, beautiful day. Take care of yourself. Go drink some water. Take care of your hair. Everything. Just do everything nice, everything wonderful in life, everything nice and beautiful and wonderful and lovely. Do those things, and life will be lovely. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. But yeah, thank you. I love you, even though I don't know you. I hope that you're doing well. Feel free to like and subscribe if you wanna support the channel and maybe be recommended another video by me sometime. Yeah, and also I will show my face someday. Maybe at some point when I can stand looking at it. It's I don't know, it's not bad, like features wise, but it's just not feminized yet. Like, I mean, my entire body isn't very feminine yet. But yeah, you'll see me someday. But yeah, thank you. I love you. Take care. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.